All right, we're live here. Seventh inning stretch. You'll see Tyler McGurk in just a second. Cal Raleigh, 50 homers. Greatest power season from the catcher ever. Let's go. And we're live, and you got my guy with me from Fat Boy as well. You see him there, Tyler McGurk. Talked a little bit of his Giants last week. We're going to save the rest of you. We're not talking about this week. So we'll get a little, we're not going to take a little breather on him. Tyler's happy. You can see the topics there on the bottom, on the left hand screen there. Tyler, I wanted to start with the catcher from Seattle. 50 home runs. That's the most home runs from the catcher position. He beat Salvador Perez with 48 there, or 49. What do you make of? It's hard for me to copy. Like in our lifetime, we usually have seen a lot of records because of the steroid era. We're getting like a catcher hitting 50 home runs. We've had your exceptions, your guys that hit 30 and so on. Todd Hudley, all those guys. But Piazza even 50 home runs, the most ever from the catching position. Your thoughts there?
I was a little surprised, because Piazza's right in my prime of when I was my adolescence and nerd looking at the newspaper every morning. I was surprised he never got to 50, to be honest. I thought he was there at one point. He was the best catcher hitter in a while. Cal has been just spectacular. Even when he's in a slump, he's still hitting one out once a week, at minimum, maybe even 2 or 3 times a week. His batting average leaves a lot to be desired at times, but he's had a great season. 50 home runs, 170 or 107 RBIs from the catcher position. Yeah, I don't.
And as a catcher,
and as a guy you weren't expected to be an MVP candidate at the beginning of the year. No one had Cal Raleigh. I would love to hear what his odds were before the season started.
Yeah. No,
let me look him up while you're talking.
Huh? Yeah.
No, keep.
Yeah, no, I was thinking with Big Cal there. The one thing with me that is kind of crazy to think about is the switch hitting as well. I mean, we're not just talking about a guy that hits home runs from the right side. I mean, he's the first guy since Mickey Mantle. Tyler hit 50 home runs. That was a switch hitter. I mean, we're talking great switch hitters over the years. Your Chippers, your Beltras, just to mention a couple, right? That were switch hitters and had power, and they never had a 50 home run season. We're seeing this out of the catcher position. I guess the reason I wanted to start out the show with it is because in our lifetime, again, me and you have seen a lot of records broken. This is a new one. Perez did. Yes, he did it a few years ago. He did it on the last week. He was absolutely on fire to get a couple of those as well, to take it into the high 40s. This is going to be a record that I think it might be around for a while. Salvador's didn't last long, but are we talking about another catcher here that's going to hit 50 plus home runs? And then there's no way the Mickey Mantle thing. That's a pretty, to me, that's, if I was him, that's the one I would share with my friends the most when I get older. That's I'd be like, yeah, me and Mickey Mantle. I'd be like,
he still has a ways to go to get the Mickey Mantle season high, though.
But still, 50 as a switch hitter to be the second guy ever.
Oh, it's spectacular. It's a special season from a catcher. As a switch hitting catcher, he's been unbelievable. And then at the home run derby, he got a little help from that home run tractor that gave him the extra foot over.
Where's my Brett Rooker bobblehead when I need? Where's he at over there? Yeah.
But he got that extra foot and he put on a show. I don't know. He's done everything Major League Baseball could ask for him.
Here's Cal with his 50th, though, Tyler. There it is against the Padres.
Another 3-2. Fly ball driven. Way back there, left field, take cover. Number 50, midway up the second deck. History marches on. For the first time ever, a catcher has hit 50 home runs in a season. It has never been done until right now.
Pretty crazy, though. Seriously, that was the first time that it's happened. I don't know. I guess for me as a baseball guy that loves it, and you were right there with me as somebody that loves the sport, maybe the average is obviously a lot to be desired, but you're asking him to be a good defender as well. The team's right there in the playoff race. I guess that takes it to the next spot a little bit with the Cal Raleigh discussion is he going to be the MVP? I mean, I feel like Judge went on I want to say he went on early August, the DL for 15 days. And that's all he's missed. He's been pretty healthy. It's I think those 15 days might cost him. You know what I mean? Like if he stays healthy and Judge stays healthy the rest of the way, that 15 days I think is going to be the gap as we get Judge's stats up. But to Logan's point, he couldn't join us tonight. Back at school, Logan. Hope you're doing good out there. 7th inning stretch here with you. We're talking a little rally Judge MVP with my guy Tyler McGurk here. 7th inning stretch, Variety Sports Network. I mean, he leads in every other category. So how do you judge that? Catcher, I don't know. Like, should Judge be the favorite here?
No, Judge shouldn't be the favorite. I wouldn't go that far. But you might look back on this season and Judge's career and be like, Cal Rowley's Todd Hundley, or like not Todd Hundley. He's probably a little like gonna do better after this season. Yeah. But we don't know that. Like everyone thought Todd Hundley would just fall off the cliff. I could see Cal Rowley hitting 25 home runs next year, like and not be shocked. He could also hit 45 again. But like hitting 321, 40 jacks. I don't know. OPS over 1,000. That's a special season from Judge too. Like the position matters.
So he should be the MVP.
I would vote for Cal Rowley. But looking back on it, I wouldn't be surprised if we look. We would. I wouldn't be surprised if we look back on the season, or like in 10 years, being like, "Oh man, Judge got screwed out of that one."
I mean, I think Judge has every right to say he's the MVP. I mean, like I said, he won the deal one time.
Would you vote for Judge though?
Oh my God! Look at the numbers. Like they're unreal numbers. The on base percentage is insane. The average is insane. As the top guy, like you said, he had 40 home runs. What would he probably be at if he missed 2 weeks? He'd probably be at 40.
Where would he be at?
I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying it's part of my thought process. With 2 weeks, if it was a month, you can't go to that. But I feel like 2 weeks, maybe I can talk myself into it a little bit. But you're right. The raw numbers do matter. I think there's we'll get into the AL East in a second. If one of these guys win their division, that gives them the leg up. No doubt about it. Right?
Hold on, you went out on me for the last 2 seconds.
I was saying if one of these guys win the division, that gives them the leg up between them. Like if the Yankees do pull out the division and the Mariners don't, Judge gets the advantage. If Rowley does and the Mariners pull it out in the West and the Yankees don't, he gets the advantage because it's still a regular season stat at the end of the day. And I think that will matter. I think their record, where they finish, will make the biggest difference because they're both having incredible seasons. Would there ever be a tie? Unbelievable.
That'd be ridiculous. That almost have to be pre-planned.
Was that McNair Manning? Did that happen?
Yeah, that did happen. McNair Manning.
Could you imagine it? That's never happened in our life, right? Never an MVP.
No. Well, I can't think of another one. I just think the position is going to matter more than the winning. Like the record, you said, this is a record that's not going to be broken. I mean, obviously, Aaron Judge is a way better baseball player than Cal Rowley. Like, if you're going to draft a team, they're both below average defenders, in my opinion. Their
the beauty of the MVP, though.
Yeah, exactly. Their defensive war show it. It's going to be fun. That is what makes baseball great. Little races like this, like to keep people interested who happen to be fans of the A's and the Giants, where you have nothing to look forward to. Like the Giants are on TV, and I'm like, I'm not even turning on.
I know, I was loving it. What a slide yesterday by Pete Armstrong. Let us slide that second. Let us slide over that segment.
Exactly.
I've been so. I got the MLB package. That MLB Big Inning is just. I have nothing else. It's my only app. Like I don't even have anything else. I'm trying to get ESPN app just for the U.S. Open, but that's not working. So I'm just watching MLB Big Inning and listen to games on the radio. Getting all the free games I can for $4. Try to cheap it out every month. It's $4.
Who has the better home run call? The Seattle Mariners announcer? I can't think of his name, or the Yankees announcer. Both very famous home run calls.
Well, the Mariners guy's now with the Yankees on the radio. The guy, the long time.
Oh, is he really?
Yep.
The Grand Salami guy?
Again, that's why. No, he's retired. That guy's retired. That guy's gone. That guy's been gone a while. But the other guy that used to do the radio calls, he's now with the Yankees on the radio side as the old guy retired. That's the beauty of Tyler, as I said, the $4 app here. I think that I just want to finish my last point here with Cal and Judge, is that I thought you made the best point in terms of these little things is what keeps you interested during the season. And this, to me, is the beauty of baseball. For me, as a hardcore fan, somebody that loves the game, it's like I do enjoy these little things. It has nothing to do with the outcome of who's going to win the World Series at all. But in my little mind, these things matter because, like, these guys are having record seasons. When they're up, I want to watch. And that's the bottom line here with it. Because no, but I just think that's literally with Cal getting 50. I just want to emphasize one last time that there might be it might go another 35 years without us seeing it. That's all I'm saying. A catcher to hit 50 home runs. And again, the craziest stat is, to me, if I was Cal, I'd rub it in the most of people, is the fact that I'm outside of Mickey Mantle, I am the last switch hitter to hit 50 home runs. So I think that's the one I would use the most if I was at a party or something, Tyler. So to me, that's a big deal. I don't know. Cause like my grandpa, Mickey Mantle, that's like, you hear these things and it's like, wow, I got a guy in my generation, 40. It's not even my generation that has 50. It's kind of crazy to think about. So I just want to give that its due respect before we move on. So anyways, that's my thoughts on it. Any final thoughts before I move on there?
You emphasizing the switch hitting, I'd emphasize the catching. I think it just gives them a clear advantage, even though Judge might have the little better stats. I don't know how you don't. The storyline's too deep for Raleigh not to win that. But playing for the Yankees normally gives you that big advantage.
It did. Did Griffey win the MVP? He had to, right? One time, maybe. Yeah, I'm gonna look at it.
Yeah, Griffey won MVPs.
97, he won it. Okay, so he did win.
He only won one.
Yeah, Griffey won the MVP award in 1997. Maybe there's one more in there. But that's why MVP is a fun discussion for me. I always think it's a legacy thing that one guy gets. It does matter in that regard. What do you think of the AL East, though? Let's go to guys. We're talking about the Yankees. It's kind of a tight race here. The Blue Jays, I think they ended up losing today to the. No, they took the lead here, top of the ninth. They're actually 2 outs, just to let people know here where they're at. Blue Jays, they were losing 8-6 right before he got on, but the Blue Jays take a 3-run lead there with France homered to make it a 1-run game. Barger, who's been great for them, doubled to right. Springer, who I'll get into a minute, has been good as well.
9-8 Blue Jays now.
That's what I'm saying. So they take the lead there against them. So I don't know. They still hold the lead here in the AL. You have your Red Sox that you had them at 4.5. So they're going to come on. They have been. They've been excellent since you've been saying that. And before that, they're 4.5 out. The Yankees have kind of righted the ship a little bit. They're still right. They're right there. They win again today easily over the Nationals. Shout out my fantasy team at first place in the McGurk League. Still, we're come on, Tyler.
We're first place.
Yeah, we're fighting. We're fighting right now. Got a 1.5 game lead. That's what happens when you have Judge, Stanton, and Grissom. They pick all the Yankees. What do you make of that with the AL East there? You still think the Red Sox pull it out? I think the Blue Jays could hang on here.
I just look at the teams, like the pitching of the Red Sox or of the Yankees and the Blue Jays. It leaves too much to be desired. Like Gosman's good. Scherzer's been good the last month. He had a rough start his last time out, but before that, he was really good. Crochet, and then you have Bello. You have another. I can't think of.
Giolito's been great for him.
Giolito's been good, and then the young talent of the Red Sox. This Rafaela guy.
Oh my God!
Numbers leave something to be desired at certain spots. Like his on-base percentage is under 3, but like you just watch him play. Like this guy is.
Could you imagine playing center field for the Giants in that park?
Oh my God! He's the best. I was looking at like. Award doing this like all these 2.2. No, Yankee has over 1. Most of them are the negatives, and then the Toronto Blue Jays only guy over 1's Ernie Clemente. I was like, Ernie Clemente, who the heck is this guy third baseman? And then you had Roman Anthony, you got Duran. I don't see how the Red Sox don't pull this off. They do have a little bit to cover. And the Blue Jays do have Vlad and Bichette and great lineup. Yeah, I think I would not want to play the Red Sox in the playoff series. That's all I'll say with Crochet at the top.
I want to look when they play each other next.
Remember when Logan and Josh were like, Crochet? I would never take that guy on my team. What are you talking about?
Yeah, he's going to college right now. I mean, you would think he'd have some. Come on, Logan. I know you're listening out there. Where are you at, Logan? Still, if not, I know it's going to be the next episode that you're focused there with it. We'll get to the comments there, Mr. Stone, with it. All right, so you have that with the Blue Jays. I just wanted to get one thought when they play.
Who do you think will win this?
Okay, Tyler. Hold on, just real quick. They play. The Red Sox play the Tigers the last 3 games of the season, but right before that, they play the Blue Jays for a 3-game set in Toronto. That's where they are. I have the Blue Jays. I've kind of been on them a little bit. I feel like their offense is, when it's on, it's as deep a lineup as in Major League Baseball. They don't. I mean, and you saw it when they played the Giants. Like, and I know the Giants. You can say are unreal, but that was a few months ago. And I've seen it with other teams. Is they make the starting pitchers like really work. Like, they're not just like going up there hacking. They take like good at bats. In the postseason, yes, the bullpen does matter, but if you can get the bad bullpen guys, that matters too. And so I think the Blue Jays hold an advantage offensively, and I think their starting pitching is just good enough to get by the Red Sox in the regular season. So I think that's where I would take the Blue Jays here, especially if you're giving me 4.5 games too.
No, that's the key
You know
right there.
Or
They
3.5.
earned those 4.5 games.
3.5 right now. 3.5 right now. I would still
take.
take the Blue Jays now a little bit over them. So that's where because Chapman got the save tonight against the Orioles. Talk about a guy that's been unreal. We'll get into him in a second. As well. What do you think about
Boston's bullpen's been really good?
It's been really good.
I was shocked when I was looking through everything. Man, Boston is better than I even expected.
What do you think of the realignment stuff?
How are the Dodgers and Giants not in the same division? Was my first thought. I was like,
this is just an
work.
example of one.
I as a Giants fan, like, even though
A's or Giants, you want to be at or Dodgers or A's, you want to be at the Dodgers.
Yeah, I don't want to be with the A's. The A's are good to be around once every 3 months. Like, Dodgers, I want.
If they lived in Oakland, yeah, sure. But if they don't live in Oakland anymore, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm with you on that. That's ridiculous. And the Padres should be there.
I mean, what the Giants are this historic franchise, and the A's are too, but they're kind of in on this. And then we're with Seattle and some Portland team. What are we doing here? Why is Arizona this like great San Diego? San Diego.
Get Arizona.
I don't know.
Get Arizona out of there.
Kansas City's coming to the NL. Texas. I don't know. Get rid of NL AL if you're going to do this realignment.
I honestly think the NL West always had it the best because they were the last teams to adopt a 5th team. If you're going to go back to a 4-team division, just keep what you had with those teams. That was the best.
Yeah, that was good.
And people might say Texas, Houston. I get it. So maybe that's your adjustment. But that would be my only one is like, add Arizona into there. Put Arizona instead and kick Houston and Texas out. And then you're back to your 4-4. So there you go. You know what I mean? Like, and how is Kansas City roped in with Colorado? Like, some of these like that I saw out here didn't make any sense. So if you had an ideal, like, let's go
Braves, Dolphins, Marlins, and Tampa Bay. What a stupid division. Nobody cares. Like, nobody's showing up to Atlanta games when they're good. No one shows up to Miami games or Tampa Bay games. That's just like the division of irrelevant fan base.
Do you think every AL Northeast game is on Sunday Night Baseball?
Yes. My God.
The other one that was funny for me is the Cardinals. I just thought like the White Sox randomly put in with the Cubs. Like, it makes sense geographically, I guess, but some of these other ones don't. So, it just doesn't make sense. So they got to do a lot with the West. The West Coast, I have a lot of issues with.
Absolutely, the whole NL is a mess.
Do you like the alignment? I don't think MLB should have 2 more expansion teams.
No, there's not enough talent to go around now. We've seen it with how good teams are consistently and how bad teams are consistently. Why are we adding 2 teams that
do you think football's
Charlotte
just the format
and Portland that aren't going to pay players?
No, exactly. Charlotte, I think we see in that. I feel like Charlotte's the new Oakland. Like, it's like you know what I mean? Like Oakland, like 70 years ago.
Disrespect to Oakland.
It is a little bit because I love.
Yeah.
Well, what I mean by that is, like, I feel like that obviously Oakland, who I loved as my fan base, they obviously had every team kept moving there 60, 70 years ago. And then eventually it faded out over my lifetime while I got older. Like Charlotte, I'm seeing that with their sports franchises. It's not like they're lasting long. They're not good. They're not competitive. The A's were competitive and the Raiders were competitive, but the owners in the city couldn't agree on anything. But my point is like, is it a city itself that starts like, well, let's go to Oakland 70 years ago, right? A West Coast team. So I'm just like, from that standpoint, it just seems similar to me where we're just like, let's go to Charlotte. I'm like, really? That's the city we're picking to put a baseball team. Like, and I get the SEC has good sports. Like, I get that. But I don't know. Like, Charlotte to me is the weird one. Maybe put it somewhere else, or maybe. I don't know.
I'm trying to win in the SEC. That's ACC territory.
Well, you know what I mean. They're in that West ACC, like South State area.
I think I mentioned this like a year ago. We get rid of Well, I didn't say anything about getting rid of ALNL, but I said we go to one MVP, one Cy Young, make it more competitive, make the storylines even more juicy.
So like
This would
NFL.
be yeah, like the NFL, like every sport outside of baseball. Imagine if Shohei's in the MVP contest against Judge and Raleigh. Like,
Ooh.
it gets real juicy at that point. You're like, oh,
Hey.
who's winning this one?
Yeah, you'd have some
I know a lot of baseball purists be like, that is insane. You suck.
It'd be hard to judge the future from there.
What was
you know
that?
what I mean? Like, it'd be hard to judge the future from there. Like, if you're 20 years out from there, like, you only have one MVP. That one MVP means a hell of a lot.
Sure.
Like that, you know what I mean? Like, and that second MVP means a little bit more. Whoever gets second, like, because you know, like, oh, well, this guy would have won the MVP in this conference. You know, so that will always be a thing of baseball fans. So, for me, Tyler, it'd be tough to get rid of American League National League. Just like AFC, NFC.
Yeah. But it's different because ALNL was you didn't play each other when we were kids. Or like very babies, I guess. They started playing when we were kids. But like AFC, NFC always played each other in the regular season.
So, but the NFL didn't move 6 teams over to like a different conference, did they?
No, they never done this one.
That's what this is. This
one. This one
yeah.
never happened.
Yeah, I feel like that's a little too much on that side of things.
When you saw this, were you like, "This is a legit thing they might do"? When I saw that, I was like, oh,
well, he announced it. Manfred announced it, kind of on ESPN during that Little League season.
He did. He
didn't say these were the divisions, but it's just an outline for one. Some people have a lot of different ones, so like Mountain West or something like that. So they could go different directions, but MLB's been making a lot of changes. They have been working with the time change. A little bit in some areas for people watching on TV. I hate it.
I heard Trump's getting rid of at least what's the thing? The daylight savings. Maybe that'll help the time change. What if you could add 2
I am
teams?
firing the commissioner right now.
If he wants to be commissioner, he's got to do this. If you could add 2 cities to baseball? Obviously, we both are probably against expanding.
Okay.
Baseball. If you were forced to, if you were commissioner of baseball, you had to add 2 cities to the league. Oakland would be one, I'd imagine.
I would.
Would you want Oakland to get a new team if it wasn't the A's?
I've always thought, I would root for that team, but I always feel like Sacramento gets a little bit of the short end of the stick in this thing. I just felt like the way their owner did it was a little cheap, and it made them not look as great. But I think like somewhere between Oakland and Sacramento, there could be a team. You know what I mean? Like that's what the A's were for a lot of those fan bases, just like the Giants were for theirs. Like you did get that Sacramento wave, just like if the A's were in Sacramento from the time I was born, I might have wanted to go to like a Sacramento. You get my point? Like they were there so long. A lot of guys, people were just born when they were in Oakland. That was their closest team. Like Sacramento to Oakland isn't that far in the reality
an hour
than San Francisco and Sacramento. So I think they have a market in Northern California if they want it. But I think they would take Portland. I think that would be the team, where they would go because they have a stadium left. And I think Nashville or Tennessee is the obvious pick for me.
It's not bad. I wouldn't be upset about Tennessee.
I do not want Charlotte.
What about the Mormons, the Fighting Mormons? I'm sure they're trying to get there. They're
getting all the recruits.
Athletes like they've never seen. This guy's Mormon too. Where are all these guys coming from? They're all going to BYU.
Hey, your cell will be Mormon if he gets NLI money. We'll get that. We'll get that one. Hey, I want to talk
sex in the champagne room.
Or Coca-Cola. We don't get any
Coca-Cola. Or cocaine.
Well, that's a good one. Definitely don't want that. Hey, I was gonna go surprise players this year. Perdomo, like who would have thought he would be one of the best shortstops in all of baseball? I mean, 86 RBIs, Tyler, 82 runs. He's almost batting 300. His OPS is there. Yeah, maybe not the power quite there, but my goodness, this guy has been unreal for the Diamondbacks. And then obviously we know Springer has a history of it, but he's bounced back for the Blue Jays. Those are the first 2 guys that just stick out to me when I think like I've always loved Springer, but the injuries have always bought him. He's back. But I mean, you've seen Perdomo in the division. Like he's a different player this year, whole different.
Yeah, Perdomo was at the top of my list. And another shocking thing is the Diamondbacks are having a down year, and season from a shortstop who has
Pitching
always been
wasn't
like a decent shortstop. Like, oh, you might have some upside, good defender. No one expected this hitting season from. Like, what is? You know better than I. You don't have to tell me right away. I don't know if you know. What's he fantasy baseball ranked like as a shortstop? What he's
Well, Tyler,
top 20.
What place did you say I was in? Yeah, first. That's what it is. I have him
Is
on
he
my
on your
team.
team? That
He
makes
is.
sense.
14 overall.
Yeah, insane.
14 for that guy, the best shortstop. He's better than Cruz.
100.
He's better than Cruz Jr. Yeah, he's been unreal for him.
I think
how about
the other guy who
guy?
has surprised me. Well,
Yeah, who you
real
got?
quick.
Yeah. Go ahead.
From Petaluma, California, Spencer Torkelson. He took a step this year where I was like, oh, he's a legit 40 home run hitter in the future if he, maybe even this year if he gets hot in September.
And we got to shout out Vaughn as soon as he gets traded to a better team.
Absolutely.
Right?
Is that coaching? Like someone, the Giants.
I think comfortability. I think like you're on a winning team again. The environment's there. He's had big hits with them. The confidence building. Yeah, like it. I think it's all that. I mean,
so I'll include him in my Sonoma County boys. I think they both have proven who that. My autographed Andrew Vaughn collection is back in style. I'm like, yes,
he's back. And then how about the
I'm
rookie?
not throwing it away and putting it in the fire.
How about the rookie from Sacramento though? I mean, Mr.
He's
Kurtz
unreal.
has been. I mean, he looks legit.
He's been unbelievable.
He looks legit.
He is as good as I've seen from a rookie.
He's 20th in fantasy baseball, Tyler.
I'm surprised he's not. Imagine if he played the first month and a half.
That's what I'm saying. Well, right now they said he projected to be at 56 homers if he played the whole season. That's where his projection was. I mean, he's been
the guy
unreal.
hits the shit out of the ball. He comes up in the plate, and you're like, okay, he's gonna hit it hard.
I think he's the best. Like I said, he's maybe the best ace hitter, pure hitter since Giambi. There's no doubt about it. I think he might even be better pure hitter than Giambi, to be honest with you.
Got to do it a little longer though. But yeah.
No, but I just think natural pure ability. I think he's been right there. I want to shout out a couple guys that
Bryce Eldridge, there's your bottle. Follow it.
Get the job done. Some other guys that maybe weren't like way out of the world, like in some areas but have just been a little better that I just want to shout. I was done with Suarez from the, but he's bounced back with 41 bombs this year. Yelich, I know he's kind of bounced back a little bit as well. So those are a couple guys on the hitting standpoint, and then Laureano from the Padres. I mean, talk about a bounce back year this guy's having. Like between the Orioles and Padres, he hits a grand slam the other day against the Mariners. He wins the game there. This guy's having absolute bounce back year. Along with, remember the guy that was always like a top fantasy pick, but now not as much? Trevor Story as well, having a bounce back year. I feel like so those are some other guys on the offensive end that I saw maybe having a bounce back year. And then on the pitching side, how about Chapman? I'm probably having this guy's been a consistent starter. Does he have any chance for the Hall of Fame? He came in too late, maybe, right? Or you think?
No, he doesn't. I mean, it seems like 300 saves doesn't mean anything anymore because a lot of guys are getting 300 saves. But that meant something back in the day. Like, I don't think he's making the Hall of Fame. He doesn't have.
I think he's
had too many bad playoff moments. You can't like as a reliever.
Billy Wagner got in.
I guess you're right, but he played in New York, so you get a little. Like so did Chapman, but his bad. I don't know. Yeah, I guess Billy Wagner shouldn't be a Hall of Famer though. Maybe Chapman does get him. He does throw the hardest fastball ever.
Let's see how many saves he has. He has 360 saves. I think he's getting it. He had his best year this year. This might arguably be his best year. Like that's where we're at.
Way better than Aroldis Chapman as a baseball player.
I mean, we're probably looking at his best overall season, which is kind of crazy.
Is Kimbrel getting in the Hall of Fame?
I think he might. I think he is. How do
guys who play for like 8 teams, like they're obviously not that, in my opinion. There's some.
But I would have an issue. Like Kimbrel would be a big one for me where I have an issue with, my other guy that killed my AZ. Like I'd have an issue if he got in over Rodriguez. Like I'd be like, Francisco is just as dominant as Kimbrel, like over their career. Like that's where I would have an issue.
Yeah, I'd agree. So Rodriguez should get in.
Kind of same with Chapman. because Chapman had some other. It's just Chapman's bounced back insanely. Like I kind of thought he was done a little bit. I mean, I knew he was always solid because he threw really hard. But I mean,
He had a couple
Tyler,
rough years.
we're talking like he has a 1.06 ERA. I mean, if he finishes with that, he has never finished with a lower ERA.
Could he win Cy Young?
No, he's not winning at Cy Young because I don't see him winning Cy Young. I mean, the AL, I don't see it.
Well, 1 point. That's better than I think that's right there with Gagne. When maybe Gagne was at 0.5, like his year he won it.
I just don't think he beats like Skubal or something like that. Even though Skubal got rocked the other day a little bit with that. I wanted to get to one other guy with the rankings on the pitcher. Remember he was a great guy with the Marlins. He's bounced back. Trevor Rogers. He's really had a massive bounce back season as well. So I thought those were like the two guys that jumped out to me the absolute most in there. Jansen still stayed consistent as well. I wanted to shout him a little bit out as well in terms of that. So those are like the main guys that I thought like, whoa, all right, that I kind of stayed like not expecting, and that were surprises. I have a couple other ones, but I kind of want to get into it when we do a little diamond. So my diamond notes for this week, a few things on the agenda. You'll see at the bottom here a little bit as well. Miguel, he goes on the IL. Like, what a closer he's been for the Brewers all year. He goes down. He blows the save Sunday against the Giants. Maybe that's the reason. I don't know what happened there. If he was definitely spotty with his stuff, he wasn't good. Giants had some good at-bats as well in that ninth inning that got him the lead. And then I was going to make it a main topic. We can make part of Diamond Notes is we had two Cy Young guys go down this week. Evaldi for the AL, and we had Wheeler for the NL. And Wheeler's obviously going to be out much longer than Evaldi. It looks like 6 to 8 months for Wheeler. A total blow to the Phillies. We didn't get into that a little bit, Tyler. I mean, what a huge loss if you're the Phillies. I mean, you go down losing Wheeler in a situation like that. It's just no good. You can't. And the fact he was a Cy Young award, he was going to be right there. He probably was going to win the Cy Young. And he goes out. You just can't have that. Like, it's a tough loss there. Tyler, I don't know if you hear me, but any thoughts on that as well as Miguel? You can see you're still on the mic there, so I'll let you go out there. Freeman's out. He's day-to-day with some stuff with the Dodgers, neck issues. Alvarez back to the Astros as well. But kind of a big loss, I was saying there, Tyler, for the Cy Young Award winners.
Oh, for sure. Zach Wheeler's a huge loss. Like, I was looking it up. Since 2000-ish, like since we've like really got, I mean, we were a little in 95-ish, but is he the best pitcher that hasn't won a Cy Young since, like, obviously Nolan Ryan's probably the greatest pitcher that's never won a Cy Young, which shocked me when I was looking this up. I looked it up. These are the guys I had since 2000.
Okay.
Wheeler, Tim Hudson, Roy Oswald, Brown. My homer picked Bumgarner just because of the playoff incredibleness. Adam Wainwright and Mike Mussina. I
would only add Max Fried. Only other guy I'd add to that list, but yes, and I don't even think maybe he's not even on that list, but that's for the only other guys I would add. I agree. He's right there.
Wheeler's been spectacular these last 7 years. Like
Logan said he's a Hall of Famer, though. No.
He's not a Hall of Famer. None of those guys are Hall of Famers.
Okay, so I just want to make sure we're on the same page with this discussion.
No, he's not a Hall of Famer.
What a huge blow to the Phillies, though. I mean, how do you win a World Series without him? Even with Sanchez, with Luzardo. Like, I don't think you can win it without.
Bounce back years, Big Jesus. Wow.
I mean, he's been awesome since he got there. Evaldi, is it kind of funny for me to say expected a little in a weird way, Tyler? Or is that too rude?
I don't know. Evaldi's just one of those. He's one of those guys that I don't trust ever, and he'll have couple months in a row where he's just unhittable, and then he'll have a bad game where he gets
hurt,
and then in the playoffs he doesn't really perform, and then he gets hurt. He's hurt all the time. I don't know. His stuff when he was on Florida, I was like, this guy throws 100 easy. Like it looks like he's just 100.
I mean,
I don't know. Like I don't know what to say about Evaldi other than it's not surprising at all.
No, it's not.
Sad, but
I guess that's kind of my point with him is I just don't.
The Zach Wheeler one's the big news though. Like him being out for 6 to 7 months with some like thoracic or whatever the hell it is.
Yep.
I don't know. That sucks. Like that's a career changer. It's you could almost say even like a franchise changer. You lose an ace for a year, it's probably going to be a year.
Yep.
Like at least like when he comes back, is he going to be the same Zach Wheeler? It's going to take a little while, so it's probably going to be gone all next year. That sucks. That's bad for baseball. It's bad for the Phillies.
It's bad for everybody on that standpoint. Yeah, he's no good from there. The other one I wanted to get into Diamond Notes wise was just real quick here. Let's see if you recognize him. There you go.
To the Miami Marlins,
a big Luis,
for having me and the Marlins Hall.
So I wanted to bring up Luis Castilla. I posted on our seventh inning stretch. I feel like one of the more underrated second basemen. I know he's not the best. I know he's not like this, but he's one of those guys where I'm just like, if I had to make a lineup out of it, I'm not afraid to put him up in the top two. Like I'm not afraid, dude. Like I feel like I know he won a World Series. I feel like he was like, he was
integral part.
That team was a complete team when you look at it from afar, but he was definitely a massive part of it. 3-time Gold Glove winner. That's nothing. It's not nothing to shake at. 35-game hit streak, pretty legit hit streak in Major League Baseball. I mean, we're talking. Was that Tyler 5 weeks of not getting out? Right, like that's incredible. Like that's a good run. Nobody's gonna break DiMaggio. 35 games is right up there in our lifetime. Kind of one of the more underrated players, I would say, in our lifetime. Would you say?
Absolutely. My first two takeaways when I saw this was, wow, I remember like on ESPN there being like, how many hits does he get a hit tonight? Because he's on a big hit streak. Castillo being a mainstay on that, or in that 35. And then the World Series championship, Florida Marlins in 03 with a top two of Juan Pierre and Luis Castillo. Like, we'll never see that again. Like, Two speedsters, no power, just wreck havoc.
Bunting for
just
hits.
Wreck havoc. And I miss it. Like, I miss that style of baseball. Luis Castillo, he was fun to watch. Flashy, great player. And he was like the Florida Marlins. He was the one mainstay that they seemed to somehow keep around.
It's the one thing too is like I think he ended up with the Mets. I kind of remember him a little bit at the end of his career there.
He did,
but he was a fascinating player to me. So I just felt like I needed to shout him out a little bit in Diamond Notes as well. I want to get this video on here real quick. This is my play of the week since we've been on a couple weeks ago. But this picture here.
And he ready. 1 ball, 1 strike. Broken bat, little pop up. Look out!
Oh!
He held on to it. Ball game over.
And that, Tyler, talk about a closer. A closer going after the ball. Wow, look at that effort right there by a closer, Tyler. You got
Steve Atwater playing first base. Like
you got to like that, just knocking him out there with it. So those are my Diamond Notes for the week here with it. Just a couple quick things on the standings here, just to kind of wrap it up. As we're here on a Thursday with my guy Tyler. Blue Jays in first. Tigers, they've kind of pulled away a little bit. They've had a couple rough games for those Sacramento A's there. They won my parents and my new brother-in-law and Amanda went to the game on Monday night where they won 8-3. The A's won yesterday in extra innings. Phillies, they're ahead there as well. Astros only a game and a half up versus the Mariners just to finish the AL there. Phillies up 4. Brewers up 6. Against the Cubs. We'll see what happens against the Giants tonight there, and the Dodgers up a game and a half versus the Padres. All right, Tyler, just to finish it out here on the show, I got a trivia for you. So here we go from McGurk. I played from 2004 to 2015, playing first base with my last year being with the White Sox. Any guess?
The Cuban guy. I can't think of his name off.
Definitely not Cuban. So there we go.
Okay.
Hit number 2. With it, there we go. Hit number 2. Oh, I got it at the bottom. I got to get rid of the scroll.
Yeah, don't give me an answer.
Let's go. Hit number 1 or hit number 2. I won 1 Gold Glove and made 1 All-Star team. So not very much. Starting my first 3 years with the Braves before going to the Pirates.
Brian Giles.
Oh, great guess. No, not the guess there with it.
You played
Great.
on the Braves and went to the Pirates. Come on.
That's a great guess. Right there with it. Hit number 3.
I think he made more Gold Glove.
I played with the Nationals from 2011 to 2014, finishing 6th in the MVP voting.
I got it.
This was the only year in my career. Tyler, who is it?
Adam LaRoche.
Adam LaRoche. There we go. He was right there in your prime.
He had a brother named Andy.
He did have a brother named Andy. Good knowledge, right? We gotta some good knowledge right there with it. My Gurk, I knew you'd be on it. Adam LaRoche, Josh Edwards. Sorry, couldn't use that one on you. I had Adam LaRoche and the Tyler McGurk one. All right. Unfortunately, the way Brandon set it up, we're going to Buck.
What a ride! The Cardinals are world champs in 2011.
All right. Flashback time, but good time to make fun of the Cardinals. As they're not on with it, Tyler, we'll go with that. Here's Ozuna. I kind of forgot he played with the Cardinals, to be honest with you. Going for a ball. He thinks he's going to rob the home run. He's going to go back in left field. Looks deep. He can't find it and faceplate.
Oh.
Yep. He thought he had the home run. He felt confident. We're looking at the wall. Deep in left field. Yep, I got it. Oh, doctor. Nope, I don't got it, and I'm gonna eat it right there with it. Ozuna down. You forgot? I kind of forgot about him with the Cardinals. Did you?
I did too. That's when he was having his down years, I think.
Those were not his best.
The only thing better would have been if the ball hit him in the top of the head.
Home run, Jose!
Over the fence.
Oh my gosh! So what are you looking for, T? I mean, I know NFL starting here in a couple weeks. You're right up there with me as one of my friends that love baseball the most. You know, I know you don't love it, like, because we all have family, we get to our points, but you love it. Like, you kind of like the in-depth stuff of it more than even as much as I do, even when your team's not playing it that unreal. So, I mean, we got some good races, I feel like, as we're entering August here. Like, what are you looking at as we get out of here? What's your main things here?
I think we talked about it today, the AL East, the AL MVP, and then I see the Mets making a run at the Phillies, and then the Mets will fall apart the last week, just like they always do. So the Phillies will pull that one out. And then Andrew Vaughn, let's see what he can. I'm always checking in on every Andrew Vaughn or game. I always check the box score.
I kind of want to see what the Brewers are doing now without their closer a little too. And they've played unreal. Tyler, they've played unreal for 3 months. Can they continue it? That's a big thing. Like, are you a legit team? Or are you going to crumble in September? Right? I mean, like, the Cubs could still come back. You know, so let's see what happens there with them. To me, that's a big storyline still. And we'll get into that as we move on, but that's a big one for me. And then I think we talked about today. That AL MVP is fascinating to me.
Yep.
It is. And then the NL Cy Young. Well, I'm going to get into that more next week. Like, that's kind of a fascinating one now because Wheeler's out. He's not in it anymore. So let's see where he ends up with it. Tyler, appreciate you always talking baseball with me, man.
One quick, has Kyle Tucker lost a lot of money in the last? Or people pay him because it's baseball. And,
Bellinger got paid, so I always feel like he's going to get paid.
Well, he's a better baseball player than Bellinger, I would think.
I would think so.
But Bellinger's bounce back.
Do you think he goes back to the Cubs? Where do you think
Boris.
Where would you like to see him? If you had to pick it, Red
San
Sox?
Francisco, if I'm going to be.
I think he feels like a Red Sox to me.
He's a perfect right fielder in San Francisco. Great defender, left-handed.
Does he like the cold?
Buster.
He's a Buster. Come on, Buster. You got to keep getting all the guys from. We got to keep selling right here. Come on, Buster. We were talking about it on Sunday. Fat Boy Fadeaway. With Tyler or Brian, I texted him. I said, KBR, they're not liking that Niners roster, buddy. So we're gonna have to get to that too.
I can't wait.
7th inning stretch here. I got Tyler with me. We're finishing up here. Good show, T. Baseball. This is the best part.
Again.
Best part. September baseball. Here we go.
September to October. Let's go.
Best part. All right. I'll see you Sunday, brother. Later.
Yep. Later, Dan.
Peace.